Yes. We are back. Sports Jazz. Please do subscribe, share the live. Josh and Isaac, we are back. My eyes are still swollen because of last night, Josh. I barely slept just
Yeah,
because of the
but
summer series, EPL Summer Series. I mean, look at me. I just woke up.
unless it was a good one, we
Yeah,
we
it was
won the game
entertaining, by the way.
and it was
Besides
entertaining.
even winning, it was a bit entertaining,
It
not
had
boring.
some bit of intensity and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it was good to watch. It was a good game to watch.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Isaac, Josh, we are back. Of course, we have latest Man United transfer news. But before that, we are going to talk about the game yesterday. I think everyone did enjoy that. Every United fan. Yes, it's a preseason. It was a preseason game, but I believe majority enjoyed Man United facing West Ham yesterday in the Premier League series. Of course, that was at MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, as part of the pre-season tournament involving four teams. That is Man United, West Ham, Everton, and Bournemouth. By the Bournemouth thrashed Everton 3-0. Very good goals. Well, it was the opening match of the Premier League series, Josh, and then the next game was, of course, United versus West Ham, where United showed sign of progress under Ruben Amorim despite laxity of 2024-25 Premier League season, just where they finished 15th. But and not to forget or to quote, Bruno Fernandes, of course, the maestro, the magician, as always, was very pivotal yesterday, scoring both goals. While new signings, Matis Cunha, Diogo Leon, all those, who else? Yeah, those are the only two signings that did feature yesterday. Brian Umbuemo was rested to build fitness, and I understand Amorim after the game went on to say we might even not see him in the next game, and he might feature only in the last game. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh, now let's go into player performance. I mean, we had Bruno Fernandes. That is expected. That was expected of him. It's nothing new. But of all, we had Manuel Ugarte. Manuel Ugarte yesterday. His midfield with Kobe Mino was really good. I say that for those of you who watched the first 68 minutes of the first, rather both first and second half. Ugarte turned up yesterday, and yeah, everyone was excited. We had other players also like um uh, Cunha also, he played very well. Lenny Yoro, I think he did play very well. Patrick Dogu is a player to look out this season. That's if he keeps up playing how he played yesterday. But of all, let's rewind it back to Manuel Ugarte, who had a very beautiful
Maybe
display
we start
yesterday.
with the Dogus and the like because Ugarte is the icing on the cake. I mean, he was the best of them all. So I mean, why don't we take away the Dogus and Bruno Fernandes out of the way before we give Mane Ugarte his flowers? It does not deserve to be the first, and then you bring the Dogus after him.
Let's
But
let's let's have a go at it. Let's have a go at it, Josh. It's okay. Yeah, the game yesterday was really interesting where United beat West Ham 2 1. Of course, a goal scored by Bruno, both of them. Then West Ham, that was Bowen who scored for them. Very beautiful goal. Although, and by the way, he's used to scoring such a goal. I've seen him every
yeah,
time he's scoring. When he's around that position,
yeah,
it
he
usually
just
goes in
hits
with
the
his
spot.
yeah, with his right foot. But yeah, Josh, let's stand up. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. Tell me what you think about him being the captain, his display yesterday. Let's talk about Kobe Mino, the likes of Lenny Yoro, new
Dogu,
signee Matis Cunha,
Ugarte,
Dogo, who was
Cunha.
also very
Wow.
excellent. And Ahmad was quiet. Ahmad was quiet. He had a quiet game. He had a quiet game.
Yeah, true, true.
And
But
so, what do you make about the whole performance, Josh?
yeah, it was quite an outing for Manchester United against West Ham as we learned a thing or two about what Ruben Amorim is cooking ahead
Mm,
of the upcoming season. That seems to have all the odds stuck against us. You know, when you look at the teams and how they've strengthened when they were already better than us, you start
mm,
to believe that maybe there's not too much in need for Man United. But watching the game yesterday against West Ham, there's a lot of optimism about what Ruben Amorim can do with his Manchester United side. There was a lot of hope, and the intensity was there. I mean, it was quite surprising that at this stage of the preseason, the players are that fit, the players are that willing. I mean, the intensity is that high into the games. It was an extremely promising performance for Manchester United. And for me, Manuel Ugarte gave exactly what I expect him to give next season. He was athletic, energetic, and very relentless. I got to see a lot of the things I know Ugarte can bring to the side: the high work rate, the aggressive tackling, and the ability to win back possession. And
Yeah,
I don't know, Ruben Amorim played him in this double pivot with um, Kobe Mainu,
Obi
and
Mino.
yes, and that helps in ways because when you partner him with a more progressive passer like Mainu, then he provides a sense of security to the backline because he's a very tenacious tackler and a strong ball winner, highly tactically disciplined to actually man that area. So he keeps scanning and anticipating and reading the game to positionally put his best foot forward to sniff and cut out any danger posed by the opposition with his intensity and willingness to snap into tackles. And you would see this yesterday. I mean, he would get himself in the best positions. He would he would follow he would follow a player, same one mark a player, but then he would sniff that the phase of the game has since changed. He no longer needs to be with this player, so he looks over his shoulder and then he anticipates where the danger might be if that
Mm.
ball is played into that area. Then he would just get into that position and intercept. And for me, I believe these are the things that he can do because he's highly energetic, and he has a willingness about him to break up play and stuff like that. And I know there's a weakness that you do see in his game. He's often criticized for his range of passing or lack of intricate passing, but
Yeah.
he's very efficient in possession. He has a very high pass accuracy. I mean, I don't care if Manu Ugarte, as my deep six, is playing simple passes, but if he chooses to play those simple passes, I just need him to be neat because it's his ball retention that I
Mm,
need from
mm.
him. Because I have players like Matias Cunha and Bruno in the team that are going to carry the ball all the time. So I need for a phase where we are going to come down and just make simple passes, and we don't rush to look for pockets of space where they are not. If we just keep
Well,
passing the ball around, then the pockets of space will just show up in the final third, and we shall be able to get a goal. Maybe we were rushing way too much in certain spells.
well, honestly, after yesterday, I mean, United needs the skill set which Manuel Ugarte has, and until we know who exactly or what kind of CM United wants to go in for the market, because I understand they're also into for a midfielder. Right of now, with his front foot defending yesterday, the aggression, the pressing. I mean, no surprise, it looked weird, or the team looked a bit unbalanced after the second half. You know, when he was taken off. So, to me, at least Josh, I'm not completely satisfied because I still have my reservations after it's just still
what
preseason.
what are your
But
reservations?
it's just still preseason, Josh. Just
Yeah,
preseason. At least I have to wait
yeah.
until EPL starts, until the season starts, and I
Or
see. But
maybe some
I liked
continuity.
that exactly. I also liked the what his midfield with Mino. I think they communicated
Yes,
so well. They
yes,
were doing so well. He
yes.
knew how to
They,
come back very fast. He was very good. Especially he was good every time we lost the ball. You know, trying to win the ball
yeah, they
back.
complemented
He
each
did so
other.
well. Yeah, he did so well. And the first 45 minutes for me, Josh, brilliant, extremely brilliant. Could
Yeah,
even have been around 2 or 3 goals up. And
Yeah,
again, Manuel Ugarte was a man of match for me. I mean, he was everywhere, winning the ball back,
definitely.
running rings around players. And he had a very good game yesterday. Very, very good game. Maybe a little
Yeah,
to say about
Mike.
Cunha. No, no,
Um,
Cunha.
uh, to complete Mainu,
Yeah,
for
Mino
me,
was
I do.
technical yesterday, by the way, slick on
Yeah,
the
I
ball.
do believe that maybe he's getting there, but you could still see that he lacks a bit of tempo in his game. He lacks a bit of quickness in his game. But
Yeah,
Mainu's partnership with Ugarte in midfield allowed him to thrive, often winning the ball back high with an energetic counter press, like you saw the case was with the second goal that Bruno Fernandes beautifully tucked
that
away.
was a
I
beautiful
mean,
goal.
yes, yes, yes. Because of the security of Manu Ugarte, Mino would go into these spaces and counter press, and he's so comfortable in those areas. And like the manager says, we need Kobe Mino to be on the ball because he's very good when he is on the ball. If he does not have the ball, he might be a bit slow or things like that. But when he has security of like yesterday, I saw the partnership worked so well because
I'm
Ugarte was
laughing.
cleaning up. Eh?
Sorry, I'm
Ugarte
laughing
was
because
eh?
Khedali is still Khedali. We're going to come to you. He's
Yeah.
we are going to come to you shortly. Yes, Josh. Please, sorry.
Yeah,
Please
yeah, yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was trying to do things. I mean, because of the security of Ugarte, he would let Kobe Mainu go up front, and Ugarte always kept the tactical discipline to ensure that his backline is protected. He didn't really get away from those positions to leave the place open up until when we conceded the goal. I think Man United was on top.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we were on top. I think we were dominating the game. There was intensity. For me, I actually wanted us to be exposed,
You're even
and I
forgetting
see
that
what we
guy.
do.
You're even forgetting. Sorry, forgetting. You're even forgetting that that goal that Amad Diallo had scored. Do you remember how Ugarte
Oh,
came
oh,
through? Very, very
beautiful.
skillful.
And that's
You
how he
know.
snapped. That's how he snaps up tackles. Because remember,
Mm.
he just came, won the ball back in a sort of a tackle, the two-footed South American tackle. Then he
Yeah.
won the ball back, got past his man, nutmeg the guy, then a through ball. That was beautiful. And with that offside goal, I saw the importance of having Amad Diallo play as a wing back because they are very many ways that you can exploit that space to make sure that you benefit from it. And I think with Brian Mbumo, when he comes onto the team and Fernandez is no longer playing in that space, we shall have a guy playing on the right hand side of the midfield. The problem with Bruno Fernandez, I can say, he's too good and he does not trust. Sometimes he does not trust the players around him, so he carries on their burden and does
Yeah.
their job. So he ends up looking like a guy who is running around the whole pitch. But with Ruben Amorim, he already identified that, and he wants him to actually play his role. Let other players play their role because that is how we are going to um, conserve your energy, and then you use it in the right spells of the game. So United can always have an upper hand. And with Brian Mbumo playing in that right hand side inside 10, I think he will let Amad Diallo more onto the ball and more onto into the game. You could see how Matias Cunha and Patrick Dogu, the left hand side, worked very well. It
Mm.
worked very well because Matias Cunha had um, he had a mentality that he was a left-sided player, so he would often occupy that part of the pitch. Yet Bruno Fernandes kind of plays like he's on a free roll. He's just running all over the pitch, which is
Well,
sometimes not very good for a tactical approach of the game.
well, hi Sinan. Shout outs to you, Sinan. Shout outs to you. Hope you're well. Nice to see you on the stream. Then Khadeli says, I need Carlos Baleba in what is I think he's asking what's the news about Carlos Baleba. He goes on to say, United still, I think he meant to say crap. Then I need Carlos Baleba and Adam Wharton in the midfield. I think that's what it means in Man
We're
United.
not
But to be
getting any of
honest,
those.
we are not getting any of those players. None,
And you
none
have
at
a
all.
player who is better than both of those.
Mm.
Yeah, Manu Ugarte is better than both of those players as a CDM.
Josh, better than even Adam Wharton.
Yeah. Adam Wharton is such a talent, but Manu Ugarte, with the experience that he has, he's better than him.
I think it's too early to say that, Josh. At least
What do you
if
mean
we are
too early on
considering, it's,
Manu Ugarte? It's too
yes,
early
yes,
for
yes.
Adam Wharton
No,
because he
no, no,
has
no, no,
not.
Josh. On
Adam
Manuel
Wharton has
Ugarte,
not played.
because
Adam Wharton has
we are
barely
just
played
judging him
two
after
seasons.
one preseason game.
No, you are considering that game to sum up who Ugarte is. I'm considering the footballer that I expect Manu Ugarte to be, and the player that I've seen Manu Ugarte is. I mean,
Mm.
the problems that happened last season did happen, but yeah, even the manager recognizes that sometimes it's difficult for a player who is adapting. I mean, you can think about one thing inside the pitch, but there's so many things that are happening to the player off the pitch.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh, Kadel is saying United are still crap. I think he's right to say that. It's just one game, pre-season.
Yeah, no, maybe
There's
you
nothing
can
really.
say, maybe you can say we are, because you could see that United could easily be exposed if
Mm,
that press, if if uh, if players of the opposition were press resistant and they
mm.
managed to beat our press, it is going to be very difficult for United to recover. You can say that the back three was very, very good in 1v1s, and they held their own, and the back three helps the midfield in ways, in instances where the press is beaten. But if that press is beaten and the team we are playing is very clinical, it is easy to concede a goal. That's why you need a better keeper than Onana.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac, we're looking at yesterday's game, EPL Summer Series, where we had United beat West Ham 2-1. And Josh, let's first look at now Team A and Team B, Josh. I mean, I think it wasn't balanced, but I do understand why. I do understand. Team A played almost 70 minutes. Then later on, the likes of other players came on like Maguire, Fredrickson for Euro. We had Shaw coming on for Aiden Heaven. We had Dallo coming on for Ahmad, Collier coming on for Mino, Casimiro coming on for Ugarte, then Leon coming on for Dogu, and Fletcher coming on for Fernandez, Mount coming on for Cunha, and lastly, Chida Obi Martin coming on for Rasmus Holland. Now, my point, or rather my center, I wanted us to talk about Rasmus Højlund. Josh, I saw him yesterday. To me, I don't think he did anything new. Yes, maybe he showed a little bit of more anger. He was running fast. He was there. I remember that into the first, I don't know, was it into the first minute? The ball that did hit the bar, the one that hit the post. I think that run was very, very splendid. But I still think he's not clinic enough in front of the goal. I feel like he freezes. He runs out of ideas every time he's in the final third. I don't know. It's like he fears the net. So I don't understand. He makes very good runs. Sometimes even beats the player, although barely. But when it comes to shooting, when it comes to finishing, when it comes to I don't know, something every time he's in the final third in front of the net, it's like he freezes. Josh, I don't know how are we going to help him, because we've had enough of that last season.
We
We
need
had
a, we
enough,
need
and
we
we
need
just
another striker. We need a better striker. We need a guy who is hungry to score. We need a guy who wants to score goals. I mean,
mm,
Rasmus Højlund put himself in positions to get a goal, and
mm.
he was still passing the ball to someone else. There was an opportunity that he had to score.
I
Dogo, I
remember
think
that.
I think
Cunha,
Dogo
there's
made
even
a
at
run.
one time, rather, Cunha called him out because
Yeah,
he failed to pass to him.
yeah, but there's a point where he should never have passed to Dogu. He
Mm.
attempted to pass to Dogu. It was a bad pass, but why would you give Dogu the ball when you're in front of the goal post and you're the sharp nine of a club
I know you're the
and you're
striker. You're the
passing to
number 9.
Dogu? Dogu made a run and he took away two defenders, so he created space for him. He was on the arc of the 18-yard box. All he had
Mm.
to do was to pick his spot, make an extra touch, pick your spot, and put the ball in. Then he attempted a weird pass that ended up almost in the corner flag. But for me, I believe he's not a good finisher. He's not a good finisher. He's not hungry to score goals. You need a striker who is hungry to score goals. I need a striker
I
like
think
Chido
I
Obi.
think he's
I've seen
hungry,
Chido.
he's
He's not
hungry,
hungry. He's not hungry.
but
You can't keep passing.
it's the
Isaac,
class, you know.
Isaac,
He's not
there is
prolific.
no way. Isaac, there is no way in world football that you're a striker and you want a goal and you pass a ball to Dogu in the books. You're the striker, you have the ball, then you pass to Dogu. Really?
I
Even
understand.
Fernandez can make a run and you don't pass it to him because you want to have a shot at goal. But then you're passing the ball to Dogu for Dogu to score. You're the sharp
I know.
nine. You
You're
have
the
to do
Shana, you're
better.
supposed to be shaking the net.
Yeah,
You're
you have to
supposed to
do
be
better.
scoring
You have
goals.
to be, yeah.
But for me, it feels like it's more of a last season script. I mean, you being the shot nine, West, okay, the striker, wasting chances, and again, rather you have players behind you scoring goals. You know, you saw what Bruno Fernandes can do. He doesn't need even to get inside the box. As soon as he feels he can score, he's going to whoop that ball in, and boom, goal number two was there. So I don't know what's up
Actually,
with Rasmus
the
Højlund,
first
but
the first chance that Rasmus Højlund got and he hit the post is what actually tells you that Rasmus, we need another striker. That is a
mm,
goal all day, every day. That is a goal. Why do you hit the ball like it has committed a crime? Just score. Pass the ball under the legs of the keeper.
I don't
Pick
understand.
a
I think he
post. Why
freezes. You know,
why did he shoot? Why did he shoot that much?
now I like that attempt, Josh. Honestly, I like that
No,
attempt.
I don't like it at all because you're not scoring. You're hitting.
Mm.
You're hitting the ball at the goal. You're not scoring. You're not a striker who is calm, composed. You want a goal, so you've picked your spot. You've looked at the keeper. You know what they're going to do, so you pass the ball under them. You try to do something clever to get a goal, but to just go for power, hit it as hard as you can. That's what happens. It hits the post. It was even the outside of the post. I mean, it was never going to go in, even if the post was not there.
No, I think it was going to go in. Come on.
It hit the outside of the post, bro. The outside of the post.
So anyway, well, I still think we need a striker. I don't know what United is going to do, but they need a striker. They need to get into the game, because you're
Yeah,
not
we need
going
a
to attack
striker,
next
man.
season. You're not going to attack or start next season if you're still relying on Rasmus Højlund to get you goals. Because
You'd
to me,
rather you'd
he's
rather
still
put
the
throw
same.
in Chido Obi.
He's still the same player. Nothing really
And
changed.
you see the first lineup that played the 70 minutes?
Yeah.
I hoped that Chido Obi would start instead of Rasmus.
Let's wait and see in
to
the next
see
game.
to see what we can get. What can we get from a difference up front? I mean, it's not really pretty that Rasmus Højlund is there and is doing the things that we saw him do last season. I mean,
And he's doing
yes,
the same things today.
there was a lot of there was maybe some intensity in his game and stuff like that, but for me, that is, I don't like any of that because I don't want him to be running around. I just want him to be scoring goals. Put yourself in positions to score goals, make the right runs so you can be able to score goals. I don't want you to be at the edge of the box and you're passing the ball to Dogu. Hit it in the fans, in the you know
Niger fan,
hit
what
it.
up, what up? It's been a while. It's been a while. Hope you're okay. Hope you're fine. Thank you for liking. Rob Tuff
Naisha
comes
fan, what up? What up?
straight out of the bag or straight out of the gate. He says Dominic Calvert-Lewin is patiently waiting. No one is. No, 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 no,
Wallahi,
no,
wallahi.
no. No
At
one.
this point, is waiting.
No, no one is interested in him. Unfortunately, I think there are other clubs that are. West Ham is looking for a striker, to replace Kudus. Okay, not a striker. Okay, they are looking for forwards to replace Kudus. I understand they went in for Calm Wilson. To go in for him, I think I would have gone for Dominic. Honestly,
No, Dominic is never fit.
I know
You can be
he's injury
scared
prone.
for Dominic. Yeah.
He's injury prone. Nigel fan goes on to
By the
say
way,
for
at
the
this point,
presser
even Dominic Calvert-Lewin would do a better job
than
than that
Rasmus
guy.
Højlund.
Yeah,
From the presser, the spin after the last night's match, where we ain't getting more signings. Uh, it's worrying, by the way, but I think United needs to work on signing a
we need
striker.
a keeper.
We
A
can try to be
keeper.
patient with the keeper. Josh, a keeper and a striker.
No,
Who do you need
uh,
first?
a keeper.
Oh my God, I need a striker.
A
I
keeper.
need all the firepower ready.
We are going
Do
to
you
be
remember
exposed.
do you
The
remember
way we
during
play.
Klopp, Klopp's era?
Yeah.
He had the likes of Klaus, he had the likes of he had funny keepers. Sorry, I'm forgetting the names, but yes, they used to
Carias,
concede. They
Mignolet.
used to concede, but he used to score goals. He would
No,
win
but they were
5-3, four
they were not
three.
making errors. They were not making errors leading to goals.
There's that keeper who made errors in the Champions League, Josh. You
The
forget
one you're
what's his name?
saying made errors in the Champions League was not a starter for the club. He
Well,
started because of a condition that was at the club. The way Altay Bayinda started the game yesterday because the first keeper was injured. Okay. But you cannot tell me that you go into the season with a guy who gives away 15 points a season. 15 points.
I know that
I
could
mean,
have changed everything.
no matter the goals that you see, the way that United is set up in that 3-4-2-1 formation, we are
Yeah.
always going to be exposed. So you need your keeper to be able to bail you out sometimes, because I mean, with high risk, the system that you play, high risk, high reward. The moment you play like this, you push men forward and stuff like that, then if it works out, you're going to actually get many goals. If it doesn't work out, you're going to be exposed, and the keeper has to save you. You cannot go into the season without a keeper. The striker, we have options. We can play Cunha, we can play Zagzi, we can play Obi. You have people to play around. They're
To
not
jam
the right
around with. You
people.
play Cunha
Yeah,
and
you
you
can
have both Fernandez and Bruno.
exactly,
Sorry, and Momo.
and Momo, yes,
Yeah,
in the
behind
10,
as the
and
tens.
you have
Yeah.
Mainu and Ugarte in the back. As I mean, you can forge a way. You can try to, and for me, I think Brandon Momo would better be suited to be the striker than Cunha, because Cunha likes to carry the ball. He likes to play. He enjoys to have touches on the ball. You know,
Mm.
but so does Brian Mbomo. He also enjoys touches on the ball. But I mean, you can work out something with the striker because you have a lot of firepower in the team. But a keeper, you only have Bayinda and that guy, Onana, and Tom Heaton. So I mean, you need a keeper. You need a keeper. I mean, if Onana decides to give away even 3 points early on, just ditch that guy, and maybe Sene Lamens can have a run in.
And by the way, do you think we are not going to make any more signings, as Nature fan says?
No, no,
Because
no.
he's saying
I think
after
we
I
shall
think
sign a keeper.
I think we might sign two more players. I'm not so sure,
Yeah,
but I
two more
think we might sign
players.
two more players
We're not
because
signing a
I know
midfielder,
United is
but we shall
secretly
sign a
trying to
striker
work
and a
out.
keeper.
Yeah, he's trying to. They are secretly trying to work out the number 9 issue. You know, the striker issue.
Yeah,
And I know the keeper.
we let Rasmus Højlund leave, then we have
Mm.
an opportunity to sign a keeper, and Rasmus Højlund should just leave the club.
Nigel says Erasmus is completely pointless at this point. I do agree. I think there's nothing really that has changed. I mean, yes, the pace maybe, but clinical wise, finishing, shooting, and all that, being a goal threat, it's scaring. He's one person that would enter into the final third, and the keeper even wouldn't be moved. Because Josh, as you said, even if the goal is empty, he's still going to shoot out. He's going to miss it.
Why are you shooting? You a
You know.
striker. I mean, like finishing. There's I think I don't know if you watched the videos of Chido Obi when he first came into the senior team, and they were doing exercises of him finishing. A striker, you finish. You don't just blast the ball. You're not a master blaster of the ball. You should just calm down, compose yourself, and
Master Blast.
finish. Yeah, pick your spots. I mean,
Anyway,
be ready to score. That ball they passed through to Rasmus Højlund. I wouldn't have blamed him if he tried to put it under the keeper and the keeper saved it. But
well,
to just blast it anywhere. No.
Naishofan is saying Mbomo is where our goals are coming from next season. I cannot wait to see that partnership. I hope Amorim doesn't think us so much. I cannot wait to see Mbomo
But it's
and
plug
Cunha.
and play. It's
You
plug
know,
and play. That's why actually
unless
yesterday the midfield was so good. Not so good. It was okay because
by
for
the,
me,
I think there's a
mine was
possibility
still
we might not
lacking.
sign a striker. There's a
We're
possibility we
not.
might not sign a striker. We stay with
We need to
with
sign
what
a
we have,
keeper.
but we go with Cunha up front, then Mbomo and Bruno Fernandes. Because if Bruno also, because he's very good also playing as a 10. He's very good playing as a 10. So,
Yeah,
and
but
he
he
can
also
play
needs
from
to
the
learn
left
his
side.
position. No, he
Sorry,
needs to learn his position. He just doesn't
I
have
think it
to
was given
be.
a free roll, a bit of a free
No,
roll.
he doesn't have to do a free roll on the pitch. He just disorganizes the whole team. Because when he does the free roll, you see, that's why Ahmad Diallo was not enjoying a lot of the ball because, the guy who was playing in front of him, he
Mm,
was supposed to
he
be
was
playing with,
lost yesterday. Mm,
was a run. He wasn't really lost. The ball, Fernandez, whenever he got the ball, he was in other spaces. He was playing it on the left. He was playing it with Cunha. He was in midfield. He he needs to learn the tactical discipline of a role, that this is
okay.
my role on the team. That's why I prefer him to play eight.
Mm.
He plays eight with Ugarte, and because with eight, you have to be disciplined to play the position.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications, get into the comment section. Let's have some fun. We're looking at the game yesterday. Before we go into the latest transfer news, as far as Man United is concerned, Rob Duff says, I'm still hoping we get Lamens, good price, also a striker, but we need to sell some players. That is true. And we are still
I
fidgeting to sell
agree.
players. I understand there is an offer
We
for
need a
Anthony to
keeper.
go to Saudi, and he's also open to the move to go to Saudi. In fact, I
Yeah.
also read something yesterday from his agent who was saying, yes, it's okay, provided the move links him back to Man United. I don't know whether it's going to be a loan or something or wages and everything. But I mean, if they could pay the 40 million, by the way, with Saudis don't play, guys. He wants to go to Al Nassr. That's where Cristiano is. If they are coming and they are giving us good money, 40 million pounds, 45, take the money.
Who?
Eh,
Anthony.
yeah, for Anthony.
40 million pounds. What do you mean if they're giving us good money? Let the guy go.
No, listen, I'm
Saudi
saying Saudi.
pays.
Yeah, it's Saudis.
Yeah, the Saudi pays. I
It's not
mean,
like
if
Real
we ask,
Betis who are crying
I
over
know,
just
but
30 million pounds.
we already asked for little money. So Saudi is willing to pay the little money and he goes.
And I'm very
But I
optimistic
don't
about that
think
because I know
Anthony,
South
I also,
Americans with money, they
yeah,
usually change
but I have a feeling Anthony might not be ready to go to South America because he wants to participate in the World Cup for Brazil.
the next
And he had
season.
a very good season at Real Betis. So, he beats his chances at staying at Real Betis.
I've seen the signings Real Betis is doing. It's less than 5 million pounds.
Yeah,
You know,
that's normally what they do.
I don't think they are going to. I think they will still come in for a loan thing, but there is no way those guys. They are struggling. They are emptying their pockets just for 30 million pounds or 35 million pounds. So imagine how it's going to be. Sorry, how it's going to be. So it's going to be a bit challenging. Nature fan says, Amarim
I
said
think
Rasmus is a threat and Luke Shaw is world class in the presser. He's a complete Ineos yes man at this point. Classic gaslighting. No one believes Rasmus is a threat. I think he just doesn't
no,
want to let him down,
exactly. When you
in
have
front of
players,
everyone.
yeah, Naishif, and when you have a player in your team and you even want this player to be moved on, you want the player to be sold, you cannot drop his stock. Luke Shaw is a guy who has like 3 years on his contract or 4 years on his contract at the club. We are going to make sure that we blow his trumpet so he becomes very attractive because he's not going to be playing a lot of games next season. So you have to keep it. Going. You have to keep it going. Maybe someone will assess what the manager thinks of Ruben Amor of Rasmus Højlund, and it will be enough for them to speed up their interest in the player. But the manager. What can the manager do? What can he say? He cannot say much about
I do
the
understand. I think
player
he's
not
trying
being
to protect the player, but he knows Rasmus is
exactly.
shit. He knows he cannot do anything. Serious.
We
And as
all
for the Luke
know.
Shaw, the same goes for Luke Shaw. In fact, he said he first gave him his flowers. He said yes, Shaw is a world class player. In fact, he's played in the two finals for England, something like that. But he said at the end of the statement, but this season he has a lot of competition and he has to make sure he stays fit. Meaning, if he messes around this business of him being injured, this and this and that, it's a wrap. It's game over for him. I mean, he just turned 30 a few weeks ago. So the only problem is we still tied to him. He still has a contract. So him coming out, calling him a world class player, saying Rasmus Hojlund is a threat. He understands Atlanta is interested in having Rasmus back. Juve is rumored to be reportedly monitoring the situation, Rasmus' situation at Man United, not forgetting Inter Milan. So that's another way of telling them, guy, you have a serious player here.
Yeah,
Come with
he's
the
a
money
serious
and take
player
him.
here.
But I
And
don't think he
actually,
also thinks they're a very good player.
he should continue to actually be played in the preseason. So he advertises how good he is getting, or how much he has changed his mindset. Because yeah, Rasmus Hojlund, all you have to say is he is that player. He has been good, and he needs to leave. So we have to do everything to make sure that he's in the best shape. He continues to play. But for me, I don't think that Rasmus Hojlund will be our answer. If we leave him at the club, the manager will be forced to play him for the purpose of his stock not dropping. But he will continue to hurt us, because from what I saw yesterday, that is not a guy who is going to improve.
He will never improve.
He will score a goal here and there, but he will
Nature
never
fan is
improve.
giving props to Ugarte. You joined when we had talked
Buddy
about him. That
guy,
guy
buddy
played
guy.
very good football yesterday. He was absolutely a good bowler. By the way, Nature fan, I have a question for you. Baleba and Ugarte, who do you think is better? Because you missed the debate. The question was on yesterday. Roptov, I already know
Yeah,
where he falls. He made his
yeah, yeah.
he laid his bed already.
Raptor 2 needs to give me his 2 cents. But I believe he will pick right.
That is all our players are utility players. Brian will end up as the nine. Just let me ask you a
Most
question.
likely.
Let me ask you a question.
But you
Nachi
see,
fan,
just a
Rob Duff,
minute.
and Josh. Josh,
Just
just
a
a minute.
minute.
Who do you think is a better nine? Brian Mbomo or Matthias Cunha? Who do you think okay would deputize?
Brandon Boom.
Who would do it better than
Yeah. Matias Cunha is a bowler. Matias Cunha wants to play. He's a
ball
10.
carrier?
He's a toy. He's a 10. He's a ball carrier. He wants to do so many things on the pitch. Brandon Bomo is a bad
A
finisher.
poacher, you
As in,
know.
he's a finisher. He's a very good finisher. He may not be a poacher, but he's a
Mm.
good finisher. He knows where the goal is. When you see most of his goals, he's placing the ball. He goes for power. I mean, when he goes for power, I mean, it's
Either way,
precise.
I think
Most of the goals, he goes for precision
I
and not
think it
just
makes
power.
sense when you say
Doesn't put his
uh,
lessest through the ball.
that way. If you have Bruno Fernandez as the 10, one of the tens on the right, Cunha stays the other side on the left. I
What I
think a
was
bit of
going to tell you, what I was going to
mm,
tell you is it is important. Yeah. It
yep.
is very imperative to Ruben Amorim for him to have an inside 10 who is left footed.
Mm.
It is imperative to him. So I don't think he will be doing that. He might play Joshua Zaxi up front before
Oh, we
he
even have
tampers
Joshua
with
Zirkzee,
Brian
by the way.
Mbomo. Yeah.
We
And
even
I would
have Joshua
prefer
Zirkzee.
even Joshua Zaxi up front to Rasmus.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications, share the stream. Let's have some fun in the comment section. Robtop says, I liked Ugarte and Minor. I agree 100% about Bruno's discipline. I think just what you talked about him being everywhere and all over the pitch. He needs to be
Yeah. That
because
indiscipline
he kind
hurts
of
the
ghosted
team.
out. Yeah, he kind of ghosted out
Ahmad
Diallo. But
Diallo.
well, again, on the other hand, he's one of those players. He does funny shit. Messes up and everything. At the end of the day, he wins you or he gets you goals. So I think that's how he gets away with it.
No, yeah, he gets away with it. But I mean, at least Ruben Amorim has talked about it, and Ruben Amorim has
I-
already identified that this is a
I know that.
problem and he needs to correct it. And believe you me, he can
Was
still
it
give you
after
this.
yesterday? Yeah, it was after
No,
yesterday,
no,
the
no.
presser yesterday.
Even before yesterday, last season, he was talking about it. But the thing is that, I mean, Bruno Fernandes can still give you the same output or even better if
Okay.
only he can be disciplined enough to play in a particular role. Why I
Mm.
want him to play as an eight, because he can run around the whole pitch the way he wants. If you have a safety net of Manu Ugarte in as playing as the six or the partnering him. That's the thing I was telling you yesterday. You cannot have Carlos Baleba at United partnering Bruno Fernandes in midfield. That midfield is naked. They will just walk through that midfield every time because Carlos Baleba is going to be carrying the ball. Bruno Fernandes is carrying the ball. They are running all over the pitch. I mean, there's no tactical discipline to make sure that we don't leak.
Nacho fan earlier on said Betis skint. Then Robtaf take the money for Anthony and they can have Luke Shaw for free. I think he's talking about Al Nassr. You know, the fact that they're
No.
into saying they can't afford Anthony. Let's flog him. Bro, I wish. And by the way, if those guys are coming, let's not even say 40 million pounds, 50 million pounds or 55, you know. They
I,
give
th- I
us
think
good
we
money.
I think we
We wave
already
to
played
Anthony.
our hand.
And I trust South American when it comes to money. When it comes to money, decision making is very very fast. So I will not be disappointed if they tell Anthony you're going to be earning 500,000 per week. I'm telling you, he's going to jump. He will be on the first flight to Saudi. Naishofan says, but it looks like trying to sell a chicken kebab to a vegetarian. They can see that it's got chicken in it, and no one can buy the BS Amarim is paying. He's talking about Luke Shaw and Rasmus Hoyland. Amorim coming out giving him praise. It's a bit tricky for that, honestly, but I understand what Amorim was trying to do there. Just to put, player, boosting player confidence. Because right now, where Rasmus Hoyland is, the best thing he needs to do is right now is to boost his confidence. I was actually thinking if he
Yeah.
scored a couple of goals in
If
this small competition in this preseason, it could prepare him for next season. A bit of confidence.
it,
But bro,
that
I'm
guy
even
doesn't
worried.
need
Even if he scores goals,
it's not the
I
confidence
think
that
it's
he
going to be the
needs.
same
He
thing. He
needs
just needs to be
it's not
replaced.
the confidence that he needs. He just doesn't know how to score goals. That guy maybe he would have been a good right back or left back.
Uh,
I mean,
well,
his
I
academy coaches
actually think
never
he would have
found
done even better as a right wing back, but after
yeah.
being tried out last season, it failed.
Who? No, I mean Rasmus Hoyland.
Rasmus, oh, come on,
Yeah,
Josh. I was talking
his
about
academy
Anthony.
coaches. No, his academy coaches would have picked like left back. Should have played left back. They should never have put him in front of goal because he doesn't have the
That is
calmness,
mean. That
composure
is
to score
mean.
goals. I'm telling you
That-
the truth. I mean, every player can score a goal every once in a while, but there's some acumen, some particular thing about a striker and how they conduct themselves in
He
front
doesn't
of
have the
goal.
qualities, honestly
That's
speaking. He
yes,
doesn't have the
exactly.
qualities.
That shows you that this guy is a good striker, but he's having a bad run. He's not scoring goals, but he's a good
Mm.
striker. I mean, he's making the right moves. He's picking the right spots at goal. He's hungry enough to score. Things are just not working out for him. For Rasmus Hoyland, he blasts the ball as hard as he can.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Naishefan says I have to go back and look at stats, but I think Ugate right off the bat. That is and Baleba. Yeah, that's the combination.
Yeah, that's my
Now you have
man.
another
That's my
person. You have
man.
another person who
That's
just
my
came before
man. That's
Ugate.
my man.
Brighton Ambaye says we need three players: goalkeeper,
We're not buying
midfielder,
a
and the
midfielder.
striker.
For me, a
Yeah, it's
midfielder
true.
is
It's
out.
true. We need no. Me, I do agree. We need. So if
We're
Ugate
not buying a
is injured,
midfielder.
Josh, who do you play there?
Seko Kone,
Come
Toby
on, Josh.
Collier.
Try to be. No,
Seko
no,
Kone,
no,
Toby
no,
Collier. I
no.
mean,
They are not
yes,
yet ready.
Casemiro. We're playing one game
Now that you've talked
a
about
week.
Casemiro, thank you very much.
Yes.
Did you see how everything changed when those guys came on? Team A
Come on.
versus Team B, Josh.
Yeah, but it was bound
Okay,
to
let's look.
happen in
I
20
know, Josh, but
minutes.
I'm saying we are
It
looking at
was
the
bound
midfield.
to happen. The tempo was the tempo of the game changes. There's so many things that change when they make wholesome changes. 11 players, bro. I mean, it's quite difficult. Even if the guys who played 70 minutes are the ones who came on for 20 minutes, they would still have performed in some lackluster way.
I still think we need the CB. You know, I think
It's you're just fanciful. And you
no,
don't have
Josh,
money
serious.
for a keeper and a strike, and you
I
need now a
I'm just
CB.
saying I'm saying we need a CB because you saw yesterday. Um,
We have
um,
Maguire.
Come on now, Josh. No, Maguire looks good because he's in
A back
what
three.
should I say? No, not in about. Forget even about that. He's in bang average players. That's what I'll say. You know,
But who is
in his
bang
position,
average? There's Lenny Euro, there's Delict,
uh, they
there's
complement him. You know,
yes, they
they cover
complement
his
him,
weaknesses and
but this
everything.
is the thing though, for a club that is broke and trying to find some money to buy players in priority positions, I don't think center back is a priority positions as we speak. The reason why is we have some players we can move around to make sure that we have cover. Lenny Euro can play as a center back, as Mazraoui is playing as a right-sided center back in the period that maybe Delict and Maguire are out of the team. I mean, Diogo Dallo can play as a right-sided center back if you have a situation where Mazraoui and Lenny Euro are not available. I mean, these players that you can move around. So for now, I do think the priority for me,
We are
okay, the
lucky.
priority
We are just
place
lucky that
positions is the keeper and the striker.
we have less games and we are in a few competitions
Exactly. And
this
when you
season.
buy
So
more
maybe
players
that
and you
kind of puts
bloat,
off the pressure.
yeah,
Mm.
when you buy more players and you bloat the squad, it becomes very impossible for the manager to have a certain rhythm because actually the manager told you in the presser that the players must be ready to play one game or must be ready to play all the games. What he's trying to tell you is the guy I have chosen who will be my guy will be the guy who will play all the games and the other ones should be ready to play one game a week. You understand? So if
Yep,
you
yep.
do have so many players and you have a very huge squad, you're going to be forced to rotate the players to keep them fresh, thinking that let me prepare this guy for when the other one is not around and stuff like that. Things are going to play in your mind, and you will deny the team to have a certain rhythm.
Okay. Fan, Brian, I think, yeah, Josh, I think I just talked about this. Brian Boma will have to be nine in some games. But again, it's the best teams. I'm confident Amarim is going to just go for the draw. Five at the back, etc. Then
By the way, that formation, for your information, that formation is an attacking formation. It is only
mm,
in England where they call it a five at the back, but that is a three at the back and five in attack.
no, I think what he meant is when when the wing backs have dropped back and they're defending.
Yes, but it's only in England where the primary role, the understanding of the system is
Mm.
you're playing five at the back, okay? But the Dutch, the way they talk about the 3-4-3 formation, when they playing the total football, they think of the formation as an attacking formation. This
Nice
is
fan
from
still.
this is from the grand teacher Louis van Gaal.
Screw Louis Van Gaal, man. Don't talk about that potential
Yo,
guy. He made me
bro.
sleep. He made fans sleep. He made everyone's. I don't want to even
Nah,
talk about. I'm happy for him that he did beat cancer. By the way, congrats to him. That's a very huge fight that he won. But I mean, yeah, we shall always respect you. But that kind of football, no, no, no. I'd prefer Anthony back with us and have Brian in the nine. Anthony Cunha. Brian sounds really good. That is nice fun. He goes on
problem
to
is
say,
Anthony can't play as an inside 10 and is weak.
I don't know, but I
He's
don't
not
know.
strong
Anthony
enough.
doesn't
He
want to be
faults
here.
too much.
I'm getting no. By the of all the players who have said they want to move, it's only Anthony who has not made any noise.
Yeah,
Any
and
noise. Him
Malasia.
and Tyrell Malasia, they've not made any noise. At least they're not part of the Avengers squad, the bomb
Yeah,
squad.
they're willing to be incorporated
You
back
know,
into
they're
the
not part of
side.
the bomb squad of Rashford, who left for Barcelona on loan. You have who? Sancho and
And Sancho is not going to leave. You remember I
Alejandro.
told you Sancho will not leave.
We
He
won't
will
buy
just
us.
sit out.
We won't buy a midfielder unless Casemiro wages are gone. Maybe a cheaper option like Aiden Hacking.
Now
Uh,
that is what I hate exactly. I would rather not buy a midfielder than buy a makeshift player who is going to
mm,
just cause us problems. We can't get rid of him. He's not good enough and things like that. I would rather we don't. We don't. We wait it out. We play with the guys that we have. We only playing in the Premier League. We only our objective is only sixth. We've seen weaker teams achieve that. The teams that have really strengthened have always been have already been um, bigger than us, and you suppose they'll be the teams in the first four positions. So that is
mm.
not our competition. Our competition is the rest of the teams, and I think that we do have. A squad that is able to compete with the rest of the teams in the Premier League outside the top four. So for me, I don't think that we are badly off. If we do correct the problem at in goal, and we do have another goalkeeper, I think we should be able to manage this season, get through it, and maybe have some money in the other window to buy the right players. I don't want us to just buy players for the sake that we have filled up other positions. I want us to buy the right players.
Thank you, Rob Duff. Thank you. He says Maguire shouldn't be here. He's playing. He should be playing for Sun. Exactly. He shouldn't be here. Honestly, the only problem is again we are not selling players, or rather, we are not selling players, so we have no money to buy or to get a CB. But I do agree with you 100%. He shouldn't be at Man United right now. He should have
We
moved on
wanted to
long time
sell.
ago.
We wanted to sell that guy like 3 years ago.
He's so
For
bad
me,
that I mean, all the years he has been at Man United, not even championship team has come out for him, bro. You know how disappointing that is.
West
Yet
Ham
he's
came
their
out
former
for him.
captain.
West Ham
No, they
came
were
out for
playing
him and he
around.
refused to go. They were serious. He refused to go because of his wages.
That time when they had
Scott
who's this?
McTominay and Maguire.
No, that time who was
Graham
the manager
Potter.
then? It was Graham.
I think it
No,
was Potter.
no. It was currently
Oh,
Everton's
sorry, West
manager,
Ham. It wasn't.
Moyes.
Yeah, it was Moyes. It was
It
Moyes.
was Moyes. Um, Neil Crowd, shout outs to you, brother. Please do subscribe. I think it's the first time I've seen you on the stream. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications, and yeah, let's talk football in the comment section. He says, Neil
Neil
says,
Crowd, what up?
yeah, spot on Rob PT. There is no interest in taking more. That's another dead wood. I'm sorry to say that is Josh's guy, but I'm going to put
It
it
is
out
not
like
my
that.
guy. I'm just rational about
I even
Mason
forgot
Mount.
that he came on yesterday.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
mean, all those
rational about
guys should
Mason
leave.
Mount. There's no
Mm.
reason. There's no way Mason Mount is going to be sold by the club when he has never played for the club. I
It
mean,
is
the
so
guy
bad.
for the period he has been at the club is hardly had 10 games. So how are you going to sell him?
It
So
is
this
so
is a
bad.
season. Maybe you can give him a chance. He scores. I mean, he plays. He scores some 5 goals or 6 goals here and there. Then a team can come and pick him up. Other than
Josh,
that, it's very difficult for him to be picked up.
Josh, I was saying it's so bad for Mason Mount that we've been talking about all the options, the number 10s, and we all forgot about him. That's how
We
bad
didn't
it is for
forget
Mason
he's not
Mount.
there.
No,
As in, he's not an option. There are players who are better than him. I mean, he's not an option in that.
Niger fan says, I feel like Anthony is strong enough. He just needs to change his attitude. Shame
His
he could
attitude
have
is
been
good.
amazing. I think
Anthony's attitude is very good. He's a very focused guy. I mean, he wants to play football. He wants to win. He has that South American itching appetite
I
to
think it's to do
be
with the league,
great
Josh, as
and
you
things.
said
Yeah,
last
but
time.
the physicality in the league actually affects him because you can even see him dropping in La Liga. I mean, he just gets to the ground way too often. And in the Premier League, I mean, they take no prisoners. They're going to just
And
abandon him over every
and
time. And
and also,
you saw
Josh,
it happen.
what you said again, what you pointed out last time about Anthony performing so well in the La Liga for Betis last season, the adaptation, it's very easy. The other guys don't. The game
Yeah.
that side is not physical. On top of that, they leave space. They give those players
Yeah,
some
there's
bit
a
of
lot
space.
of
In the Premier League, you're not going to get that space where you have to turn around. If you guys watch some of the goals that Anthony did score where you're going to turn around, people wait for you, you shoot. Someone is going to come.
I
Ugarte is
know
going to come, is going to
there
knock you
was
out. Declan Rice
there's
is
a
going to
goal.
come. Caicedo is going to sweep you off. You know, so
Actually, there's a goal that was scored. You could clearly see. Um,
the
I
amount
mean,
of time he had to
the
turn
amount of
around
time
and
he had, it's like it was choreographed. There were just two players looking at the guy, waiting for him to do whatever he wants.
also the language, Josh, you know, because he knows in Spanish, they almost speak the same language with the Portuguese, you know, the Mexicans, okay, South America, you know, so it's easy for him to adapt so fast, you know, the environment, the league, especially the league, the physicality in the Premier League, bro. No one is going to give you space to turn around and do what you want. But yes, he's a very good player, and I think I'm also good with Neil when he says, "Give me money for Anthony." Al Nassr should come out swinging and they pay money for Anthony. Geoffrey Msazi, shout out to you, Geoffrey Ogambachi. Ogambachi, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications.
What up? What up?
Geoffrey
What up,
says, how far
Mrs.
on Sesko? I think with Sesko, it's the
Benjamin
same thing.
Sesko? I think
It's
he's
what
close to joining Newcastle than joining Man
no,
United.
it's a bit tricky, Josh. It's a bit tricky because
Mm.
today I saw rather I watched a clip of Romano Fabrizio on X saying his situation is a bit different because Newcastle is is trying to get his signature. They're trying to start negotiations, you know, with Leipzig to see if they can acquire his signature. But in the background, United is also still monitoring, and there is rumor that they could be also trying to work out a deal, provided Leipzig accepts the installments, because you know this whole season United is paying and buying players and installments. And you remember last time we even gave a bit of
But
clap to.
Sesko,
Uh,
Sesko would be a better player at United than Rasmus Højlund.
of course, he would be
But
a better
I
player.
wouldn't want him to come for 90 million, because even if we're paying installments, the reason is we just spent 72 million buying trash in
Mm.
Rasmus Højlund, and we're still paying for that trash. Then again, you get and he's 21. Then you get a 22-year-old, a 23-year-old, 22-year
And he
old,
didn't have a better
and
season,
pay
by the
90
way.
million.
I felt like
No,
he
no, no, no,
performed
no.
poorly
He
last
didn't have a
season
good
compared to the
season.
other person.
Exactly. So that would be just a negotiation in the amount, okay? But for
Mm.
me, him not having a good season does not stop me from buying him, because he's a
At the
very good
price.
player. He's a very
Mm.
good player. When you look at the player, the quality of the player, how do you finish, the goals that he scores? I mean, he's a guy who is level-headed, and you can see that he has a striker. He has a characteristic of a striker. When he's in front of goal, he picks his positions. Sorry, he picks his spots to put the ball. He's precise. You know, he has he has shots. He has, you know, there's a variety of things that he can do in front of goal. Whereas Rasmus Højlund looks like he's a master blaster.
Anyway, Neil says, look at what Whitwell said about his performances this season. Geoffrey, I think he was replying to Geoffrey about Sesko. Yeah, I do agree. He had a very
Whose
poor season last
performances?
season. I think he only scored how many goals? A few goals. He only scored like 13
13,
goals.
15.
Yeah, 13 goals. So it's a bit it wasn't really good last season. Josh, once again, please do
Mm.
subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh,
Yes, yes, yes.
I can't see. I don't know whether it's me or it's you. But
It's you. What do you
okay.
mean you can't see me?
I mean, the peak is freezing. That's what I've said. Oh, it's frozen. Uh,
We good
yeah.
now?
About no. Still, I was saying about Rasmus that. Sorry, about Sesko that. As Josh was saying, if he can come in on a free, sorry, not a free, on an amount that doesn't exceed 60 million pounds, I think that will be okay. That will be fine. But if it's not that, then I don't agree with Man United going in for the player. You know, I think the amount of money that Leipzig wants, that is close to 80 million pounds, is a lot of money for a 22-year-old who he's struggling. Because I've seen the 2 seasons he's played for. Josh will be back with us, guys. I've seen the 2 seasons. I think the first season last time was it 2023-24. He scored around 14 and 5 assists. I'm not so sure. Then last season, 23-24-25, he scored around No, the other one was 14. This one was around 13 goals. And to me, I think if Ollie Watkins was available, but at a good price, not 60 million pounds, as Aston Villa is saying, may anything not more than 30 million pounds, you take him. He gives you at least two good seasons because Watkins has proved in the EPL that he can score 15 goals and above. In the last three seasons, he has scored. In the last three seasons, he has scored 15 goals, then 19 goals, only in the Premier League, not all competitions. And then last season, I think 16 goals. So I think I'd rather take a player like him who's already EPL proven. He has the experience already, and I would gamble with him. You know, I know he's making 30 years in December, but provided these guys, rather, provided Man United doesn't overpay, because I feel that amount of money is a lot of money, 60 million pounds, the price that Villa slapped on Ollie Watkins. I mean, any 25 million pounds, less than 30, it's okay. You take him, and we are good to go. Peter Mkama says, good afternoon, what up, good afternoon, what up to you, brother? Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Godfrey Musazi says, we are looking about some who's, I think you meant to say we are looking for someone who's hungry and netting goals. You were replying to Neil about Sesko. That is very true. I do agree with you, but let me ask you a question. Do you think Sesko, yes, he's still young, 22 years old, Sesko and Ollie Watkins, because I'm talking about those because they are the only realistic players right now that we've talked about, that we've inquired about, and are likely to join Man United. Do you think those two, one of those two players, or rather, who do you think one of those two is better than the other? Glad to have you back, Josh. Who do you
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Sesko and it's Sesko and Ollie Watkins, who do you think is better than the other guys? Let's have that.
Wow.
Let's have that
Better.
in the comment
You know,
section.
no,
Yeah,
it is difficult, Isaac. It is difficult for us to always answer the question of who is better, because there's so many things that are considered when you
exactly,
say
Josh. Mm.
better than the other. Because at this point, you would maybe say Ollie Watkins is a better fit for Man United in the moment. But then again, you can also say Benjamin Sesko is the right player for Man United long term, because by the time he finishes 2 seasons at the club, I mean, United will be in a position to compete, and he will be a formidable player at that point with the team, because the cohesion will have been created in the past 2 seasons. Whereas Oli Watkins is on the wane. I mean, by that time he will be leaving the club, and United will be looking for a new
But
striker.
you know, Josh, we do not have 2 seasons to wait right now. That's
But
the
we are not
problem.
winning the league. We're not winning the league next
Of
season.
course, we are not winning the league, but
So
Josh,
and
again, we want to go back in
Sesko,
European
yeah,
football.
but Sesko is good enough to take you back in the Champions League.
If he's coming for not more than 60 million pounds, but you know, Leipzig
No,
has made it very clear.
that being said, that's why I'm saying it is difficult to answer who is better. You know,
Mm.
yeah, the money thing for me, I agree with you 100%.
Any concrete news about a striker? Well, we are only the ones that I know that United is really into and
Oli
talking about. It's
Watkins.
only Sesko and Ollie Watkins. Let's wait and see. Me right now, I think if we get, because we are not doing so well, and I don't think I have the
But
luxury
also
to wait for two more seasons.
Watkins,
You know,
I don't want Watkins at 60 million.
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If he's coming for 25, okay, maximum maybe 30 plus add on 30, then you can take him, Josh, because he's going to give you the goals, instant impact right away. He's going to hit the ground running. You already have Cunha behind him. You have Mbomo behind him. My God, they would cook people. There, you can give us Arsenal at the beginning of the season. Yes, they have their man Gyökeres, but I know at least we will put up a fight. Maybe the only thing that beat us with Arsenal is their midfield. And by the way, they are very good. The midfield is so good, and the defense is also good. Even the keeper. Neil says maybe so Godfrey, but the club wasn't impressed with him in the Bundesliga last season. I also wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed, by the way. His numbers
Yeah,
deteriorated.
that's why it shouldn't cost that much.
Any sales on a player? No sales at all. No sales at all. The money, all the money we've made has been on what do they call it? It's been
Add-ons.
add-ons. No, not add-ons. Buyback. Is
Um,
it sell-on clauses from
Sell on clauses,
Elanga,
yeah.
Max Oyedele? This guy who joined Alvaro, who joined Real Madrid. I think that's the only money so far. Other than that, we haven't made anything yet. Godfrey Musazi says, "Did you notice Hoyland's moves last season? Last season, his moves. I
Yeah.
didn't understand the
How
question.
bad they were. I did see them.
He sucked. If that's what he's talking about, he sucked.
Yeah, because I don't believe you don't I don't believe you mean that he had some good
Good,
moves
good
and he
question,
wasn't
Josh.
getting supply.
What happened to Victor Boniface? I just don't trust him.
He did
Also,
he did a dare on the fiance. That's
and
all the news there is about Victor Boniface.
uh, Openda, Lookman are good players, but we haven't been. By the way, Lookman.
We don't need them.
But now you don't need Lookman. And
Yeah,
by the
because
way,
there would be tens,
yeah, you
and
don't need
we
Lookman. And Lookman is a
we
very
have
good
more
player.
than yeah we have more than enough.
And I understand. Is it Inter Milan that are into Inter Milan that are into him? Hasn't he
But
crossed already? And he was
we have
cheap,
more
by
than
the way.
enough.
Then most concrete news was an approach to Watkins last Thursday. Peter, he was replying to who? To Peter, I think someone in the comment section. Yeah, and ever since then, nothing new has come out on a striker, anything regarding a striker. Today, I only watched Fabrizio saying United. Yes, everything is still on table. The next 10 to 10 days, the next 7 to 10 days are going to
Uh,
be really, really fast. Guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Godfrey says, just look, take a flashback how Rasmus missed goals against West yesterday. That's why we need a
I know,
striker. I actually do agree with you, Josh. For him to play, I mean, put Chido Obi Martin, let him get the first minutes. I know it's a lot of minutes, but
I
I
know,
think maybe it's best he gets some minutes on because, man,
I
Rasmus
know.
Hoyland
That
is
guy,
pain. It's
Rasmus
painful
Højlund,
to
should
watch
have been a
Rasmus
left
Hoyland.
back.
It's very painful. A left back.
Yeah, should
Brian
have been a
says,
left.
Brian, shout out to you, Brian. Shout out to you, Brian. Brian says, please do subscribe, Brian. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, join the Sports Just family. We're always here, brother. We talk sports, we talk Man United. Brian says, Newcastle wants Sesko. We won't get him. They have cash and we don't. Look, by the Newcastle has been into very many players this transfer window and they've lost. They were
I
into
think it's
Mbemo,
because
they lost to Man
I think
United.
it's because of the
Even
change
without.
in.
Mm,
I think it's because of the change at the top. I think Paul Mitchell left when
you
they
think
had
someone
just
is not
gotten
doing
him.
their job right?
Yeah, the sporting director. Actually, who's the
Yeah,
sporting director at Newcastle now? Because
I'm not so sure
I believe Paul Mitchell left.
because they've lost many players. I mean, they've lost. They were into Umbomo before even United were into him. When United came calling, even without European football, Umbomo was like, "There is no way I'm not turning around." They were
But that was,
into
that was easy.
Wissa. They were into they were into Wissa.
That was
Brentford
easy.
rejected the 25 million pound. They haven't gone back. They haven't made another bid. They had another bid, around three players. They've lost around three players. There's another player they lost to. Is it to Arsenal? Who is that? It's been funny for Newcastle. It's been a weird transfer
Yeah,
window.
I think it's because they don't have a sporting director now.
Mm.
Having fired who? Having fired
Did he was he fired or he left?
he left. I don't remember exactly the details, but I think he left.
Brian says he would be happy to have Watkins if Villa get to sell. I would also be happy for the right price, though. I have to add that for the right price. Watkins has to push for the move, or Villa will maintain their not for sale stance. That is true. Just like you saw Jokeres pushing because those guys were not in a rush to sell.
Which
Sporting Lisbon.
the deal. With the deal with putting in a transfer request, it means that the player is not going to get the commissions that come with the deal.
Well, if he wants, yeah, I mean, Jokeres'
So
agent had to take off, take some cut off. So, I mean, that's what Neil is saying. If he wants to move, he has to do that. He has to chill and settle, pressure Villa, and he will be sold. He will join. They had a
and
good game yesterday.
at his age, he should do whatever it takes to play for Man United.
It's all down to money, and Sesko could struggle in the Premier League. We have a striker coming in and being another Rasmus Højlund. I think a striker.
No, he's a
Look,
better player. He's a better player. But for that
Exactly.
kind of money, maybe you get Oli Watkins. He scores for us goals in 3 seasons, and by the second season, Chido Obi has gotten a feel of the Premier League, and
Mm.
he can become our main striker. It's not very easy for an academy graduate to become a top striker at a club.
And then Robtaf says, "Hey Brian, you're good, you're well met." Robtaf is saying hi to you, Brian. It has to be Watkins, Premier League proven. I also like Watkins. I'll take him.
Yeah,
I'll take him for the
yeah, I
right
would take
price.
Watkins too.
For the right price. Nail says, "Yeah, you ain't getting him for less than 50 million plus
Yeah,
add-ons."
that's
Then
okay. That's
Godfrey
okay.
says Watkins is preferable because he has been in the Premier League before, but we are looking about long term. That is also correct. Josh did
Long
explain that
term, we have
earlier.
Chido Obi.
Exactly. By the way, you
Yeah,
have Chido
yeah,
Obi Martin long
yeah.
term. You bring on Watkins, Chido Obi grows under his wings. He has the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Mbomo, Cunha. After 2 seasons, when Watkins is burnt, Chido is how many years? 19, 20 years. And, he's right there with enough EPL experience and games. We gave Villa loan. We gave Villa Rashford on loan. They should let us on what, bro. Roma it's reported that United even went in for a loan move for their 32-year-old Emi Martinez goalkeeper, and they told them don't bother. It's either 40 million pounds or no, and there is
Yeah,
no way we
but
are
the
paying him that
problem,
amount
I,
of
I
money
explained to you the problem with Amy Martinez. Aston Villa did make a mistake and renewed his contract last season, and
last
they gave
season.
him a
Yeah,
bumper contract of 200K in wages per week, which has become very difficult for them to
a
deal with.
problem.
So yeah,
I
they
understand
want
it
to
brought
get
even.
rid of him.
I understand there was a bit of also an among other players, they were a bit unsettled because if they see you giving such a
That's
bumpy
exactly
contract
it.
to a keeper
Yeah,
and you have
and the guy
players
is
that
on
are doing so well,
40K.
exactly. He's, I
The
mean,
next
the other
time
guys
he's
are also
signing a
going to start
contract, he wants
demanding.
150. Yeah.
Exactly. Neil says, I wish it worked like that. You mean for the loan thing, brother? I also wish. Brian says he was replying. I think they know each other. Brian is a. I think Brian knows Rob Tough. Brian knows Rob Tough.
Oh,
Yeah, because it
okay.
says all good, mate. Back on holiday, back to reality tomorrow. He has already subscribed. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Shout outs to you. Are you also in Cardiff or no? Because we had a long
Oh,
jazz with Rob Duff here about Cardiff. Pedro to Chelsea. I don't understand how these guys,
which
uh, you know,
Pedro? The Roma guy?
who no, but I understand who's. There's also this guy,
Which
the
Pedro?
Dutch guy
Because the
for
only guy called Pedro is the guy who played for Barcelona, who went to Roma, went to Fiorentina. I think he's at Fiorentina now.
who Josh.
The short Pedro guy, the guy who came to
Uh,
Chelsea from Barca and Roma and Fiorentina.
no,
Guy should be like 38 now. I don't know. Pedro to Chelsea. Which Pedro? Yao
no.
Pedro?
Yeah, I think Yao Pedro, but Yao Pedro is already there.
He's already there. Yeah.
He's already there. Maybe the only player that I know that would kill it is that I'm worried about Chelsea about to get is who's that other player? The Dutch guy, Xavi Simons.
Xavi Simons.
It looks like he's headed that way. It looks like
I'm
he's
I'm
headed
I'm
to
so
Chelsea.
disappointed in Xavi Simons making that move because we are going for the World Cup and he's one of our better players. I mean, I want him to be playing football going into the World Cup, but you go to Chelsea. I mean, the squad is so bloated. You're not going to be able to get any minutes right away. So I don't know why exactly Xavi Simons is making that move. I know a move comes once, and he hoped to move last season and he didn't move, and maybe he thinks this is the right time for him to move. But Xavi Simons should going into a World Cup here, and he's going to perform for the Netherlands. He shouldn't be moving to Chelsea because there will be no game time there.
Shout out
He's
to
a
you,
10.
Adieri.
Cole
Shout out to
Palmer.
you, Adieri.
Cole Palmer plays there.
Obi definitely one for the future. 100%. 100%. Adieri again.
Oh,
150
oh.
for 150 for Isaac. Well, you have Liverpool. Let's wait and see how things turn around, or rather, how things turn out. Then Pedro thing was answering your question. The Pedro thing was answering your question. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
About
That's true.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it. They've missed out on very many players. Very,
I
very
know.
many players. Shout out to you, Sinan. Sinan, what up? What up? What up, guys? Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. What a stream this was! Real quick, Josh. I wanted us to go at the players that Man United is currently interested in. I think
Yes,
besides the rumor about Javi Guerrera, the 22-year-old midfielder at Valencia, that he rejected the new proposal, contract renewal from Valencia, just to make his way to Man United. I think I want to emphasize and say those guys are just using Man United as a bargaining chip to get a bumper contract. Maybe the other
I know.
thing.
Aviwera.
The other player that has been linked to Man United is Sporting Lisbon's midfielder Morten Helmand. I think he's a very
Human.
good player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Human. We actually were interested in Human 2 seasons ago when Eric Ten Hag first came in. Actually, no, before we got Manu Ugarte, he was among the list of players that were alternatives to if the deal for Manu Ugarte didn't pan out. There was Human. There was the guy from the championship team. I think he ended up at Fulham. There were a couple of players, but Human was among. So he's a player we've looked at before, and I think yeah, United is interested. Forest have been buying a few players from Brazilian club Botafogo for small transfer fees. Why are United not looking in Brazil for player in bet? Forest will sell these players for big money in a few years. Yeah, you see, Brian, I can partly accept. I mean, I can partly agree with you at the extent that Manchester United is no longer in positions to contend for the trophy. So, I mean, in the building phase, we can buy some good talent, and the good talent can come to fruition in a few years. When you look at a player like Diego Leon was brought in at 18. He came from South America, but the guy looks very impressive. He's raw, and there are one or two things that he needs to get a grip on, but he's a very, very, very impressive player. So I think a player like Diego Leon can eventually become something, and I sell him for good money. But remember, United is not a selling club, unlike Nottingham Forest. When we buy players, we want the players to come and play immediately. Whereas at Nottingham Forest, the stature of the club that it is, they can allow for growth of players. I mean, a player can take 4 seasons at Nottingham Forest, not really cutting it, but then again, I mean, somehow he has all that time to become the player that United can buy after the 4 years. Whereas at United, we are not patient enough. The club is not designed in a manner to wait for a player to grow for 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 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 yeah. Isaac, you back? You back?
Yeah, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. By the way,
Okay,
that
let's
spin-off
go on.
of Gibbs. At one point, Spurs were, that even agreed personal time schedule for Medco. I think Nottingham Forest went to the lawyers. I don't know what happened, claiming the approach wasn't in the books. Then the next thing I know, the guy is renewing with Nottingham Forest again. It caught me off. I think it caught everyone off guard. Sinan is saying, Isaac, do you still you got disbelief with Wugate? Well, it was just one game yesterday, Sinan.
In his
Beautiful
face,
game
in his
yesterday.
face.
He
By
had
the
a
way,
very beautiful game yesterday. But
I'm so glad Ugarte gave you egg on face because
yeah, but
yeah,
it was
you
only one
needed
game
it.
yesterday. He barely performed last season. So let's wait and see. Hopefully this season he turns up so good. Rob Tuff says, Brian, 100%, we should be in South America more. I keep saying this, by the way. South America has very good players, that are
Yeah,
slept on. That transfer of Richard Brace from Palmeiras to Benfica, I still
yeah,
think United should have gotten, and he was cheap. He should have
yeah.
gone
He
for
was
him,
so cheap,
He was very, very cheap.
and
Sinan
Benfica is going
says,
to sell that guy for like 100 million.
Yeah, and that's the clause. Just thank you for being United, no matter that. So I'm not United
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah,
said
yeah,
Baleba
yeah.
is
That's
better
my
than
man.
Ugarte. How far with Donnarumma? Also, the issue of Onana is not yet solved. Imagine conceding two more goals from a corner kick. We are not safe.
You
Donnarumma, it's
get
rumored
not
that
at
we are
all.
interested, that United could be interested in him. Galatasaray is interested in him. There's
I
another
think
team. I don't remember what other club.
Donnarumma to come to anyway. He's won a Champions League, so
So uh, uh,
he could
uh,
just
uh,
choose to drop it and come to United
I think we've already faced that with Onana. They almost
because he
won a
has
Champions League.
no. But
Did they win it, by
Donnarumma
the
is
way? No, they almost
a
won it.
better goalkeeper, as in he's a
But he has although
good shot
he's
stopper.
he's won a Champions League, but he's not had a very good season in terms of conceding goals.
No, he has
In
had a
fact,
good season
they want to
actually.
replace
In the
him, Josh,
Champions League. In the
because there were
Champions League,
rumors
they
of
won.
not renewing his contract,
Yes, but you
extending his
see,
contract.
Isaac, it's not for the lack of performances, good performances that you want to get rid of a player like Donnarumma. Sometimes you
Mm,
want to rid of a player like Donnarumma because he's on 300K. You
mm.
get, and if you're
Yes, he
renewing
has the
his
money.
contract, if you're renewing his contract, you're giving him a bigger contract and stuff like that. So you see to it that instead of renewing this guy's contract, the best decision for the club would be to get rid of this guy. Those are the reasons that Donnarumma is a top player. Maybe he can have maybe not a very good season, but any player can do of that. JJ Gabriel is from Ireland, but is a top player. At 14 years old,
That kid
he's
is
playing in
scoring
the under
goals, east,
18.
west, southwest. You know,
Yeah, he's playing in the under 18 team for
I
Manchester
think his father
United.
is also a former Ireland international. I think his name was Joe something. I don't remember, but he used to play
Okay.
also for
And JJ Gabriel is playing for England in the under 15 team.
mm,
But this kid he has exceptional talent and maturity. I mean, you can actually, when he was growing up, we got to know him from the YouTube, and he was a YouTube sensation, and he was called Kid Messi.
mm.
He was the Lionel Messi, the young kid, the Lionel Messi at like 5 years old, 7 years old. He was doing things on the football that Rasmus Hoyland would just be dreaming about. And
Once again, guys,
he's such a good player. He's such a good player, and he scored his second goal this season for the under 18s. He scored yesterday against Swansea, and he
mm.
scored in the first game against QPR.
Well,
Yeah,
what I
in
know
the
about
8-2
him,
team. So
he
he's
went
good.
through the Chelsea, Arsenal academies before joining Manchester United academy, and he's a very great kid. Just as you said, he's exceptional on ball control. His dribbling is very good.
Yeah.
In fact, was it
He-
when he debuted for Man United? Was it in April this year? They nickname Roma is the nickname is Kid Messi. That's what they call him. But
because
you know
he was a YouTube sensation coming
the
up, and he
clips
used
that
to
were
wear
going
the
viral. Mm.
yeah, he used to wear the Lionel Messi shirt, and he used to do all these kind of things.
He's a
But
great kid. He's a great
you can
kid.
just imagine your exceptional and a special talent if at 14 years old you're playing it for the under 18s.
I know
Scored
he
in his
became.
debut, scored in the
Mhm.
second game.
Yeah, by the way, he became the youngest player to feature in United's under 18. Josh, at the age of 14,
I
scored
know,
two goals. I
man.
think that's the game they won 13-1 over Leeds. I don't remember the team.
8-2 against QPR. And yesterday we won against Swansea.
Brian says good show, guys. Shout outs to you, Brian, brother. Shout outs to you. Um, what do you think of the West Ham game? Well, we talked about it earlier on today. The West Ham game, Josh, real quick in a minute before we wrap it up.
Yeah. For me, the West Ham game was an improvement on what we thought Ruben Amorim would give the team.
Mm,
There are so many good things that we saw, at least from this team. It was a good outing generally. You did not think that Manchester United was going to come all guns blazing and all of a sudden score 5 goals and stuff. But they are small things that we saw in the game that were very interesting for us. We have a problem with the midfield, and every Man United player is telling you that every Man United fan is telling you they want a new midfielder in the team. I think I'm one of the few Man United fans who do not believe we need a new midfielder in that team. The reason I don't think we need a new midfielder because we have an exceptional midfielder in Manu Ugarte, who caught the eye yesterday. I mean, he did everything that was right yesterday. I mean, Ruben Amorim is rumored to want a very athletic midfielder. And in Manu Ugarte, you have an athletic, energetic, and relentless midfielder capable of winning the ball at a high rate, tactically disciplined. He's tenacious in his tackles. He can win back the ball easily. He can recycle possession. His ball retention is good. He may not have a very good range of passing, but his choices are perfect. He keeps everything neat. And when you have Matias Cunha and Bruno Fernandes on the team, you just want a player who's going to keep things tidy. The partnership with Kobe Mainu in midfield only solidified um, the role of Kobe Mainu in the team because he got much of the ball with security of a guy who was very tactically astute in the positioning of his role. So for me, I do believe that in midfield, we have to try out Kobe Mainu this season, and we have to know, is this the talent? Can this talent flourish at Man United as a midfielder, or we need to sell him? Because if we buy a new midfielder, then we're going to stifle the chance of Kobe Mainu showing us what he can do at Manchester United this season.
Well,
And then again, we shall just, since we are playing one game,
once
the
again,
other
guys,
thing.
please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, before we sign out, I also think um the game yesterday, yeah, Kobe Mino had a great game. Sinan, yes, you're right. I rubbished him. I chose Baleba over him. But the game yesterday was fair. It's just the first game of this of the preseason. You know, it's good for fitness. I think it gave us glimpses of Ruben Amorim's style of play, what it's going to be like, which is also very good. So I can say, I think let's first watch all the three games because I'm looking forward to seeing also Mbeumo on the pitch. I still think there's work to be done up front. We still need a striker. We need someone who can score goals. Rasmus Højlund is enough. And United has to go all the way out. Either they get Sesko. I don't know who they're going to get, but we need a striker. We need to solve that problem because it's been a very, very big issue. And I mean, I'm tired. I've had enough of it. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Unfortunately, we have to go real quick. Geoffrey came through and said, sorry, Brian came through and said, Geoffrey, I do agree with you, but we need getting good players in to get back up to that. Bro, we need to get back into at least our minimum requirement next season should be top 6. Sinan says, Josh, don't be so negative about Højlund because it's better than Jackson.
I don't want Jackson anywhere near my team. So, I
I
mean,
don't know why I believe too much in Højlund. That's one of the, we need to change that.
I don't believe too much in Højlund, but I can tolerate him. But I
Once
don't
again,
believe too much in
guys,
him.
please do subscribe, turn on the notification. Shout outs to Brob Tough, great show. Shout outs to you, always featuring
Shout
brother.
out
Shout outs
Sinan,
to
shout out
Brian, thank you
Rob,
for
Brian.
subscribing. Sinan, Adieri, Godfrey was in the comment section area. Peter was in the comment section. Neil was in the comment section. Naishafan in the comment section. Brighton in the comment section. Everyone that was in the comment section. Kadari, shout outs to you all. Sports Jazz guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. We are officially signing out. Glory, glory, Man United. Cheers. Take care of yourself.